Let's go!
Austin Dillon wins in Richmond.
You were supposed to do it last year. Sam, 4 seconds. I am so proud of you. Just remember one thing. Got a pros just a proud that just
Austin Dillon just silenced every single one of his critics in the most spectacular way possible. After years of people saying he only got his ride because his grandfather owns the team, Dillon went out and did something that even Dale Earnhardt himself would be proud of. Saturday night at Richmond Raceway wasn't just another NASCAR win, it was history in the making. Austin Dillon became the first Richard Childress Racing driver since Dale Earnhardt to win back-to-back Cup races at Richmond. Think about that for a second. The last person to do this was the Intimidator himself, the 7-time champion who had 76 career wins and is considered one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR history. But here's what makes this story even more incredible. Dillon didn't just squeak out a lucky win, he absolutely dominated the field, leading 107 out of 400 laps and cruising to a 2.471 second victory over Alex Bowman. This wasn't the Austin Dillon we've seen struggling through most of this season. This was a driver making a statement. Let's be honest about something though. Austin Dillon has been dealing with criticism his entire NASCAR career. Ever since he climbed into that legendary number 3 Chevrolet 11 years ago, people have been whispering about nepotism. They've been saying he only got the ride because Richard Childress is his grandfather. And you know what? Dillon isn't running from those comments anymore. After his victory, Dillon said something that caught everyone's attention. He smiled and admitted, "I could win 50 races and they'll say my grandpa gave me the ride." They're not wrong. He did. He did a great job putting me in it. Hopefully, I'm paying off on his investment at some point.
I could win 50 races and they could say my grandpa gave me the ride, and they're not wrong. He did. He did a great job putting me in it. Hopefully I'm paying off on his investment at some point.
That's not the response of someone making excuses. That's a driver who's comfortable with his story and ready to prove he belongs. And Saturday night at Richmond, he did exactly that. This Richmond win was only Dillon's 6th victory in 433 Cup starts, but the way he won it was completely different from anything we've seen from him before. He had never led more than 35 laps in any of his previous Cup wins. His 2018 Daytona 500 victory came after leading just the final lap, and that was after he knocked Aric Almirola out of the way in the final turns. But Richmond was different. Dillon called it one of the best because it was pretty much a butt-kicking. He led the final 49 laps and never looked back. This wasn't luck or last-lap heroics. This was pure speed and racecraft. The victory becomes even more impressive when you consider what happened at Richmond last year. Dillon won that race too, but it was his most controversial victory ever. On the final lap, he wrecked both Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin to get to the checkered flag first. NASCAR let him keep the win, but took away his playoff eligibility as punishment. The contrast between last year and this year couldn't be more dramatic. Instead of controversy, Dillon delivered a clean, dominating performance. His biggest challenge came from Ryan Blaney, the 2023 Cup champion, and Dillon outdueled him fair and square before making his final pit stop. Richard Boswell, Dillon's crew chief, defended his driver perfectly after the race. Boswell told anyone questioning Dillon's abilities to look at those 30 to 40 laps where he raced door-to-door with Blaney. He raced door-to-door with a Cup champion. He beat him. Boswell said, "Yeah, we need to run better. We need to be more consistent. But anybody that says he just can't do it is not looking at the facts." And Boswell made a crucial strategic call that helped seal the victory. With 59 laps remaining right after Dillon took the lead from Blaney, Boswell called him to pit road. That timing was perfect and gave Dillon the track position he needed to control the rest of the race. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dillon's statistics this season haven't been impressive at all. He came into Richmond ranked 25th in the point standings, and this was his first top 5 finish in 25 races. For most of the year, he's been nowhere near competitive. So how do we explain what happened at Richmond? Part of the answer might be that Dillon has been racing hurt. After his victory, he revealed that he's been competing with a broken rib for the past 3 weeks. He fell off a ladder before the race at Iowa Speedway on August 3rd and has been dealing with the injury ever since. "I was thrown down a lot this week and didn't feel great," Dillon explained.
I was thrown out a lot this week. Didn't feel great.
Racing with a broken rib isn't easy, but Dillon pushed through the pain to deliver when it mattered most. That kind of toughness runs in the family, and it's something Richard Childress has always admired about his grandson. Richard Childress has never wavered in his support for Austin, even when the criticism has been loudest. After Saturday's win, Childress made it clear that his grandson has earned everything he's achieved. Austin has earned his way, Childress said. He won races in everything he's ever driven. They're going to give you criticism because he is my grandson. But we take it. It's just the way life is. You can't be burdened down by what people say. Do what you do and move forward. He's won his share. And Childress is right about Austin's track record. Before reaching the Cup Series, Dillon won championships in both the Truck and Xfinity Series. He has 22 victories across NASCAR's top 3 national circuits. This isn't a driver who was handed success without earning it. The emotional weight of last year's controversy hit Dillon harder than most people realized. He admitted that he cried during Richard Childress Racing's unsuccessful appeal of the NASCAR penalty that took him out of the playoffs. Dillon felt he had legitimately passed both Hamlin and Logano before a late caution erased his comfortable lead, making the final lap drama unnecessary. That's why Saturday's Richmond repeat meant so much to him. It validated his belief that he belongs in NASCAR's Premier Series. Dillon said this after the race. "I think I get the credit I deserve. I have some loyal fans. We're kind of like a fighter. I like that underdog mentality a little bit."
I think I get the credit I deserve, man. Like, I have some great fans out there. It's cool when I go out and sign autographs, and I have some very loyal fans because they've had to go through us struggling at times, but we're kind of just a fighter, you know? Like, we don't go away. I feel like a lot of people think, well, that guy's going to go away at some point, but we're able to chip away and claw away and find ways, and I like that. I like that underdog mentality a little bit. But
that fighting spirit is something Dillon seems to thrive on. He knows people are waiting for him to fail, waiting for Richard Childress to finally give up on him and put someone else in the car. But instead of cracking under that pressure, Dillon uses it as motivation. The partnership with crew chief Richard Boswell has clearly made a difference too. Boswell joined Richard Childress Racing after successfully taking Chase Briscoe to the 2024 playoffs. The chemistry between Dillon and Boswell was obvious at Richmond, both in their race strategy and in how they communicated during crucial moments. Dillon is excited about what this team can accomplish. "I have a great team right now, probably one of the strongest we've built," he said. "We want to make this organization as strong as some of the top teams. We scrap and claw and figure out ways to win. I think we have fun when we do that."
Playoffs, but I think I've got a great team right now, probably one of the strongest ones we've built, and it's a testament to, you know, guys coming to RCR because they know what they get with my grandfather, and then me doing what I can to reach out and tell them, hey, we want to make this organization as strong as some of the top teams out there. You know, there's a lot of big, strong teams out there, and we scrap and claw and figure out ways to win, and I think we have fun when we do that.
The Richmond victory also had major playoff implications. Dillon became the 14th different winner to lock into the 16-driver playoff field with just one race remaining in the regular season. The finale at Daytona International Speedway on August 23rd will determine the final 2 playoff spots. If you enjoyed our analysis, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on upcoming content.